Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I had a house call this past weekend and I went over and they had bought the house, they're going to demo it. There was stuff they were pulling out, they had a dumpster there. They were trying to figure out what they should keep, what could be thrown away, what was good for resale. So they kind of wanted my opinion, which I do get those phone calls quite often. And I went to this one and these are the items that we pulled out that I feel are good enough to go into the eBay store. And on Marketplace, I have two of the larger items right here that I've already put on Marketplace. This is wooden buoys, main buoys right here. We get them in a basket and they're being sold like that as one lot. I don't mess around with they're not even good enough, in good enough condition to one-off them. So I'm just selling them as one lot, that's it. And then this other piece is pretty amazing. This is also on Marketplace. I've had couple people interested. I'm waiting to hear back from one person right now, but this elephant table, look at how cute this is. How adorable is that? Once I researched it, I thought it had a piece of glass that went on the top, but it actually has a wicker tray that matches this, like a serving tray that sits on top of it, and it's a little bit bigger than this spot right here. But they couldn't locate that piece in the house. So we're assuming that it's just gone missing or whatever. So I'm selling that on Marketplace also because I refuse to ship it. But these are the other things that we grabbed. Some pink depression right here. There's actually two pieces of it that I picked up. We've got these two dishes. They don't exactly match. So instead of me lotting them together, they're going as two separate lots. And we also got these flower frogs. These are always great. And because we found three that are glass, I'm putting them all together, and those are going to be sold as one lot also. I will not separate those. And in my auctions, I usually, if we had multiples like that, I would always put them on one flat and sell them all together. Also found metal, or the really heavy flower frogs, the vintage ones right here. These I also have paired together in the eBay store right now. This green glass bowl. I have not tested it yet to see if it glows. Haven't had time to do that. Vintage Skippy jar right here full of old buttons. Buttons are great. Some people call this agate ware, enamel ware, splatter ware, whatever you want to call it. This is usually a really good item in a live auction. I'm not doing that anymore as of right now, so it's in my eBay store. It's not in the best condition. There definitely is some issues inside, but I made sure that I pointed all of that out in the listing. And then there was also this one there. This one's modern and new. It had the brand new sticker on the bottom. It has never been used. The pieces, there's pieces inside to it also. All the pieces are inside with the manual. That will also be in the store. These earrings, pearl earrings, they are marked sterling on the back, right here on the screw backs. So those are in the store right now. This really neat bottle. Look at this bottle. The cork does say Portugal on it. So when I researched it, it did say that it was a wine bottle. Who knows? But it's so cool and it's green colored, so I grabbed it. Everything has been cleaned as best as I could. I use usually warm or hot water with a soft bristle toothbrush, some dish soap, and rubbing alcohol also, because this stuff didn't come out of this house looking like this. Trust me, I've been cleaning it and processing it for a few days now. This is a sterling. The sterling I have not made any attempt to clean yet. This is a sterling napkin ring. It had a cloth napkin in it. I took that out. This is monogrammed Ellie, but you can see inside where it says sterling on the inside band. Also found this sterling. It's a Lunt sterling baby cup. There is no monogram on it at all. It is in kind of rough shape though. It's got some dings and some dents, and it's not the best color, but it's definitely sterling. So those two items are in the store as of right now. Also, this cute, I'm addicted to vintage planters. I have an obsession with them. This one's so cute. Look, it has a little elephant. It has a bunch of crazing. If you don't know what crazing is, it's when the glazing of pottery cracks. Sometimes it's intentional, but lots of times in vintage pieces, it's from age and you can see it right here. Some of the dirt got in there, and that's the dirt that I couldn't get out with the toothbrush, but I cleaned the rest of it up. It looks really great. And one side looks really good, so somebody could buy this and put it in a nursery if it has like a vintage circus theme or elephant theme. It'd be super cute in there. Then we got this mid-century ashtray. Cleaned that all up. I think the original Japan stickers on the bottom. That's the cool mid-century green or avocado green or however you want to put it. Then we got Fisher Price. There was 2 toys there that I grabbed. This one is the little Snoopy. It is dated 1965. I pulled him along the floor. He still makes his noise when he goes. This one was also there. It's the Fisher Price musical, you can hear him. Fisher Price music box record player. This actually still works. I tried it. It turns and that moves. But what year is this? 71. But it should have records, plastic records with it that go right here. They weren't there. So that's the only thing that's missing. But you can still, I mean, don't let that deter you from grabbing something like this. Just be like, maybe someone has the records and they don't have the player. And they want it, you know? So you got it. These Fenton milk glass hobnail salt and pepper shakers. The tops were really corroded. They were gross. And there was still salt and pepper in them. So I took those off and I cleaned them all out. And now they look wonderful. This decanter I knew was something. Usually I avoid clear glass like the plague because it's clear glass and no one really wants it. In my auctions I try to sell it as, you know, target practice. But this is really, really heavy. Great quality. There was no chips, stings, flea bites. It's square on the top and square on the bottom, and the corners are great. And then I could see right here it says made in Italy. So it's Italian decanter. Grabbed that. There were 2 milk bottles, and they're both from Thomaston, Maine. Thomaston, Maine and South Thomaston, Maine. John Anderson Cow's Milk and Vinyl's Dairy. Grabbed them both. I'm selling these together in my store as one lot because they're both from Thomaston. And that's just how I decided to do it. This Croc, found this Croc in there. It's got a very like Dutch feel to it. Hand painted. I've sold one of these before. There was no lid. The only thing that's wrong with this thing is the paint is starting to come off around the top right there. No cracks, no breaks, no repairs. Then I looked across the lawn where there was other things that they had brought out and put on a tarp, and I saw the blue lid, and I knew instantly. I was like, that goes to that, which is great. Shaker, cocktail shaker, cobalt blue glass, excellent condition. A little bit of maybe like condition issues with the top. No, not even. Must be the other one I'm thinking of. This one's great. I cleaned it all up. Looks wonderful. Comps look great on eBay for that, by the way. Little mid-century ashtray. This is a hobbyist piece. It's like when ceramics were really big back in the day in like the 70s and 80s. This one was done in 1978. The person that did it painted it and signed it. And it says, so that's why little boys can run faster than little girls. Ball bearings and a stick shift. So kind of inappropriate. Little girls putting her hands down his pants. Not the best. But it's funny enough where I grabbed it and there's a chip right here on it. If you guys can see it. So I'll list it and I'll put that there's a chip there. I'll take a picture of that so they know that that's like that. And maybe it'll sell, maybe it won't. It's not a huge resale value there, but I grabbed it anyway. This is a Dansk egg. Dansk is right on the bottom, the label, right there. When I researched this, there's actually a series, I think, of 3 or 4 of these, and they come in different sizes. This one, I measured it from here to here, and I put down the inches on the listing on eBay. But it's just a little trinket dish. Looks like a little speckled egg. How cute is that, right? I love it. All these pipe pieces were all over the place. So what happens is when I have a bunch of random pieces like this that kind of all go together, they all go in one lot, and that's exactly how I'm going to be listing them, as one lot right there. This I thought, because I have an obsession with vintage planters, I was convinced this was a planter when I took it. Then when I got it home and I cleaned it up and I started researching it, it's actually a refrigerator dish. And it's made by the Hall China Company in the USA. And it's made exclusively for Montgomery Ward & Co. back in the day. But it's supposed to have a lid to it, and I don't have the lid, so that stinks. And that brings me to this one, which is amazing. Green refrigerator dish, right? I almost freaked out when I saw it, except for it's got a huge chunk taken out of it right there, which is super sad. Don't worry, I shed a tear for all of us. And there's some dings out of the lid. So I normally would have taken this. If the lid had been pristine, I would have just listed the lid to sell it, because someone might have this piece, but they don't have this piece. I'm fine with selling replacement pieces also. I will 100% do that, especially when it's unique enough, like one of these. But they're both damaged. So to me, this isn't even worth, I put it in the video, but it's not worth me listing in my store. And what else do we have? Oh, this is a cool set. All of these. Oh, I almost just lost one. Oh my God, that would have been bad. There's 6 cups, right? 6 little glasses. And the matching shaker decanter. Look how cool that is, right? The top has got definitely some corrosion issues on the, I don't know if you can see that well enough on there. It's not going to focus in on it. So this piece is not the best. I've cleaned it up as best as I could. The top does come off. I took the red piece off and the cap off, and I cleaned that inside and out, and I cleaned the glass. This I tried to clean as best I could. This could definitely be replaced before I'd use it and use it as a functioning piece. But I'm going to disclose that in the listing once it's listed later today. And the other thing that I grabbed that I have in front of me, that refrigerator dish is, she's just a rattling over there. Straight razor. I always grab straight razors. This was in a box. It was in its original box. The box was, it wasn't sellable. You couldn't salvage it at all. This does say on it, you always look at straight razors. This one says Handover Bangor. It's got like a celluloid handle right here. So that's already listed in the store. Usually I hope to find more than one of these, and I list them together as a lot. The other thing that I have is a really cool, I didn't bring it in yet, it's a wooden pipe holder. So all of the pipes would set in it, and it's got all the holes around the whole thing. That's really neat. I have that in the car that needs to be cleaned up. And I also have a tote a huge tote full of silverware. Silverware, utensils, you name it, it's in there, and it's gonna be a project, and I'm gonna have to spend probably a day or two just sorting it and trying to research. So I'm definitely gonna become an expert in silverware, sterling silver versus silver plate. It's definitely gonna be a project for me, but it'll be a learning experience too. And they wanted me to take all of that and kind of research. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at it as silver plate that's clearly marked goes in one pile, and anything that's questionable will go in the other pile. And then we'll see, I'll have that tested, or I'll go to some friends of mine that are really well versed in silver and gold. I'll go to them, and especially silverware, and see what their opinion is on the pieces that I'm questioning or that I think might actually be silver. So that's what I got at this house call that I got called to this past weekend. You just never know what you're going to walk into or what you're going to find. I think there's a few really great pieces here to sell online in the store. There's also a pair of hockey skates, Bauer hockey skates, that look brand new and unworn. So those will probably go on Marketplace just because the resale value is not huge on eBay, and they're kind of big and clunky to ship. But I'll still ship them if I need to. I've shipped really weird things, so I'm not afraid of that. I just try to avoid it nowadays. Yeah, so that's everything that I got. Hopefully you follow me for more of my journey, and I will make more videos as I have more hauls, and maybe I'll even make a video of the silverware tote after I'm done processing that. So wish me luck. Thanks. Bye.